The French Revolution, a whirlwind of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Images of men storming the Bastille and fiery orators often dominate our understanding of this pivotal moment in history. But what if I told you that the revolution's trajectory was also profoundly shaped by the actions, voices, and unwavering determination of women? Welcome to PastMatter, where we delve deeper into history, and today, we're going beyond the headlines to uncover the vital, often overlooked role of women in the French Revolution. To understand the impact of women, we must first acknowledge the societal constraints they faced. In 18th century France, women were largely confined to the domestic sphere. Their legal and political rights were virtually non-existent. Yet beneath the surface of this patriarchal society, a quiet storm was brewing. As revolutionary fervor gripped the nation, women found themselves thrust into the heart of the unfolding drama, not as passive observers, but as active participants in ways you might not expect. Forget the image of solely male revolutionaries. One of the most significant early events of the revolution was spearheaded by women. In October 1789, faced with soaring bread prices and widespread famine, it was the market women of Paris who took to the streets. Frustrated by the inaction of the authorities and the perceived indifference of the monarchy, thousands of women marched the 12 miles to the Palace of Versailles. Armed with makeshift weapons and fueled by desperation, they demanded bread and an audience with King Louis XVI. This wasn't just a spontaneous outburst, it was a powerful demonstration of women's agency and their understanding of the revolution's core issues: the survival of the people. As the revolution progressed, women began to organize themselves politically. They formed their own clubs and societies, spaces where they debated revolutionary ideals, drafted petitions, and formulated their own demands. Groups like the Society of Revolutionary Republican Women, founded by Pauline Léon and Claire Lacombe, became powerful voices advocating for greater rights and participation. These women weren't just discussing fashion or domestic matters. They were actively engaging with the complex political landscape, demanding the right to bear arms in defense of the revolution, and advocating for social reforms that directly impacted their lives. Beyond formal organizations, women utilized other powerful tools of political engagement. They flooded the National Assembly with petitions, articulating their grievances and proposing solutions to the challenges facing the nation. They participated in public demonstrations, often at the forefront of revolutionary crowds, their presence adding a potent moral and emotional dimension to the movement. From demanding fairer laws to protesting counter-revolutionary activities, women made their voices heard in the streets and halls of power, challenging the traditional boundaries of political participation. The contributions of women weren't always as visible as a march or a public speech. Many women played crucial roles behind the scenes. They acted as spies and informants, gathering intelligence and relaying vital information to revolutionary factions. They provided essential support to the war effort, working as nurses, seamstresses, making uniforms, and even raising funds for the Revolutionary Army. These seemingly less glamorous roles were nonetheless critical to the revolution's success, highlighting the diverse ways in which women contributed their skills and dedication. The intellectual ferment of the revolution also saw women playing a significant role. In the tradition of the Enlightenment, women hosted influential salons, gatherings where intellectuals, writers, and politicians met to discuss the pressing issues of the day. Women like Madame Roland used their wit and intellect to shape public opinion and influence the course of political events. These salons became vital hubs for the exchange of ideas, and women were not merely passive listeners, but active participants, guiding discussions and contributing their own perspectives. To truly understand the impact of women, we must look at individual stories. Take Olympe de Gouges, a playwright and passionate advocate for women's rights who penned the Declaration of the Rights of Woman and of the Female Citizen, directly challenging the male-centric Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen. Or Theroigne de Mericourt, a fiery orator who actively participated in the storming of the Bastille and became a symbol of revolutionary fervor. And then there's Madame Roland, whose insightful writings and political acumen made her a key figure in the Girondin faction, even as she ultimately fell victim to the Reign of Terror. These are just a few examples of the remarkable women who dared to step outside societal norms and fight for a more just and equitable society. It's crucial to remember that the revolution, despite its ideals, did not fully embrace the rights of women. While there were some temporary gains, such as reforms in divorce laws, women were ultimately denied full political participation. The very same revolutionary government that championed liberty and equality also suppressed women's political clubs and executed prominent female activists. Yet, the seeds of change had been sown. The women of the French Revolution, through their courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment, left an indelible mark on history. They demonstrated the power of female agency and laid the groundwork for future generations to continue the fight for equality. The story of women in the French Revolution is a powerful reminder that history is rarely as simple as the headlines suggest. Their contributions, though often marginalized, were essential to the unfolding of this transformative period. By looking beyond the familiar narratives, we gain a richer and more nuanced understanding of the past. What are your thoughts on the role of women in the French Revolution? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, be sure to like this video, subscribe to PastMatter for more untold stories, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration of the past.